Namaskara. In this video, we will talk about what is Visheshanam in Sanskrit language, what is the concept behind it, and we'll take a look at some examples. Let's start with the first example here. The first picture shows a flower which is called Pushpam in Sanskritam. And what are its qualities? What are its dharmaha? So it has neelam, its color is neelam or a blue, and it is also komalam, means it is soft. So this pushpam has neelatvam or the quality of blueness in it, and the quality of komalatvam, the quality of softness in it. So this neelatvam and komalatvam both are in the pushpam, in the flower. So because Pushpam has those qualities in it, Neelatvam and Komalatvam, we are using this Neelam and Komalam as Visheshanam or adjective of Pushpam here. So if we say Pushpam, which is in the Napunsaka right? So Neelam is also in the Napunsaka because Neelatvam is inside that Pushpam. Pushpam is the container. In Sanskrit what we called adhikaranam. So this Neelam also points to that same object as Pushpam is pointing to that same object, physical object here. And Komalam is also pointing to the same object here. So Neelam, Komalam, which are both are Visheshanam, are pointing to the same object as pointed by Pushpam here. So all the three words, Pushpam, Neelam, Komalam, they are pointing to the same object. So if I say Pushpam, or if I say Neelam, or if I say Komalam, all of them mean the same object here. So now the question arises, is Neelam is the only thing in the word? Aren't there any other objects or things in the world which are blue? Yes, there are, but Neelatvam is present. It is present in this Pushpam. So it is one of the blue objects. But when we say Neelam, yes, this is a blue object. And it is also Pushpam. It is also Komalam. It is a soft object. When I say just Komalam, it is this object also. In fact, when we say Pushpam, is also actually can be thought of as a Visheshanam or an adjective, because Pushpam means one which flowers. Pushpati or Vikasati, one which flowers or expands like a Vikasanam Bhavati, thus Pushpati. So that all the three qualities are in this object. So we are calling it Pushpam, Komalam, Neelam with that Napunskalingam. And now coming to this, this picture of Balakaha here, a boy sitting and reading. So he is a Balaha. The word for this person or this object here is Balaha. And what are his qualities? He has a Chhatratvam in him. Chhatratvam means the quality of a student, one who studies. So Chhatratvam is inside that Balakaha. So we can call him Chhatraha because there is a Chhatratvam in that person. And similarly, the person is also having, in this case, Lekhakatvam or Lekhana Shakti, the quality of writing or a writer. Quality of a writer is also in that person. So we call that person Lekhakaha. And also Shikshakaha because the person could be having the quality of Shikshakatvam, one who teaches The quality of teaching could be in this person also. So we put this, all these words as Visheshanam here. Chhatraha, Lekhakaha, Shikshakaha. Because they are coming as a Visheshanam to this particular object, Balaha, which is referred to by Balaha. So when we say Chhatraha, it means this, it points to the same thing. Lekhaka, it means points to the same thing. Shikshaka points to the same thing. And Balaha also actually points to the same thing. Now, here also note that Balaha is also can be considered as a quality of the person, because Balaha is derived from Balam, which is a Shakti. So Balati iti Balaha, one who accumulates strength as he grows, is called Balaha. As Sanskritam, the Sanskrit language is very etymological. So all the words, they have etymological origin here. So when we say Balaha, that is also means the quality this person has of Bala, means one who grows, one who accumulates strength as he grows, Bala. So all these four words here, Chhatraha, Lekhakaha, Shikshakaha, Bala, they refer to the same object. And because Balaha here can be considered as a Visheshyam, or the one which is being described or qualified, that is in the Pullinga. The other words we are using as a Pullinga words, Chhatraha, Lekhaka, Shikshakaha. And the other way also can be true, because Chhatraha is a Pullingam, Balaha is also Pullingam, if you consider Balaha as a Visheshanam here. Same example here, the other example is a Strilingam here. There is a object here or the thing here which looks like this, which is a Strilingam, which is a Mahila there or a Stri standing there, and we are calling her Bala. Strilingam again, Balatiti Bala. As she grows, she accumulates strength, Bala. And now coming as a Visheshanam, what other quality she has got? She has Nartaki. She is a Nartaki, because that Nartana Kala, or that Nartaki Nartakitvam. So the quality of a Nartaki is present in that same object. Then Chhatratvam is also present in the same object. And Shikshika, that the quality of a Shikshika is also in the same object. So all the words Nartaki, Chhatra, Shikshika, Bala also pointing to the same object. So we use these words as Visheshanam to this object. Vishesham can be considered as any of these actually. Usually we consider Bala as the Vishesham, and being the Bala as a Strilingam, we put Nartaki, Chhatra, Shikshika as a Strilingam here. Another example, take this picture of Buddha, the Gautama Buddha, sitting position. So we call this figure as Buddha, or Buddha. And what qualities this thing has, this entity has? It has the quality of yogitvam, or yogi. We call it yogi because that quality of yogi is present in this thing or object here. And also Gautamaha. Why Gautamaha? Then Gautamatvam. What is Gautama? Because he is coming in the dynasty or the kulam of Gautamas. That Gautamatvam is also in this person. So we call him Gautamaha, because the object itself is a Pullingam. And then we have Munihi. Munihi because Maunena Vartateti. Munihi. Munihi because Maunam Tasya Lakshanam. Munitvam asti asmin. Who mostly stays silent because he meditates. Munihi. And then The other things, examples we have here, the tavatu pratyayanta padamasti upavishtavan iti. What is his current state? In what state? Upavishtavan means he is in the sitting position. That quality of sitting is also in this person. So we call the person upavishtavan. And the last example used here is darshaniyaha. Darshaniyaha because he is worth looking at, is too good to look at. Darshaniyaha. And that darshaniyata, or the quality of being looked at or worth to be looked at, is also present in this same thing. So we call that, we qualify that with the Visheshanam called Darshaniyaha. So here Yogi, Gautamaha, Munihi, Upavishtavan, Darshaniyaha, they are all coming in the Pullingam because they are Visheshanam to Buddha here. Now, again, considering the etymological origin, Buddha is also a Visheshanam for the same person here, because Buddha means one who has and one who is enlightened. Buddha iti bodhati iti kriyapadam originated from there. Buddha dhatuhu originated from there is Buddha, one who is enlightened, one who has got knowledge. So all of these are referring to the same person because all these qualities are in the same object. Because all of these qualities are in the same object, they qualify as a Visheshanam to that person. And as we know, the Vishesham and Visheshanam, they have to be in the same Lingam, Vachanan, Vibhakti in the Sanskritam language. So here in this example, all of them are in the Pullingam, Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavachanam. In the previous examples, we looked at a certain object and what are the qualities in it, and then using those words for those qualities, identifying those qualities as Visheshanam. Now let's take a reverse example here. There are three different objects, not one object here, three different objects, and what qualities are present here? We'll take the example of one quality here. The same quality present in three different objects. So first object here, we are the big one is Chandraha, the moon is Shitala, he is cold. Chandraha, the moon is cold. Now because Chandraha is in Pullinga, Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Shitalaha, which is coming as a Visheshanam, which is cold here, that Shitalatvam is in the Chandra. So Chandra and Shitala, they are not different. That Shitalatvam is in the Chandra. Actually, Chandratvam is also in the Chandra. Chandra is Chandati iti Chandraha. One who shines is Chandraha. So both the qualities are in this Chandraha, and Shitalaha coming as a Visheshanam here because Chandraha is Pullinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Shitalaha also we are making it Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam Pullinga also. So because they are pointing to the same object. Now, second thing what we see here in the background is a sky or the night here, which is night here. So Ratrihi, so we call Ratrihi, the night is Ratrihi. Ratrihi is a Strilinga word in Sanskritam. So we say Ratrihi Kathamasti. What is the quality of Ratri here? That is also cold here. But because Ratrihi is Strilingam, the Visheshanam coming here is Shitala, because not Shitalaha or Shitalam, because Ratri is Strilingam. Shitala qualifying it or coming as Visheshanam, describing it, is Shitala. So Ratrihi Shitala Asti. That Shitalatvam is again the coldness is in the night. In the first example, the coldness was in the Chandra, so we make it Chandraha Shitalaha. Now, The coldness is in the night, Ratrihi, which is Strilingam. So we make it Ratrihi Shitala. And the last one here is, there is a third object, Jalam, which is the water. The Jalam, we know it is Napusakalingam. Jalam, it also has the coldness. Now we want to use the same word, Shitala, but it is coming as a Visheshanam to Jalam. And Jalam is a Napusakalingam. And because of that, we are using Shitala as in the Napumsakalinga form, Shitalam. So three different objects here. One, Chandraha being a Pullinga, second one, Ratri being Strilingam, and Jalam being a Napumsakalingam. And we are using the quality of coldness being in each of them. And because of these three different lingam, we are using this Shitalaha, Shitala, and Shitalam in the Visheshanam form. So far, we looked at the examples of Visheshanam, using Visheshanam for Vishesha Padam, because that quality is in the same object. Visheshanam takes the same lingam, vachanam, vibhakti. Now, we'll take a look at some examples where it looks like or feels like Visheshanam, but it's not actually. For example, you take this Ashwaha is a horse rider here, and then there is a vehicle there, Vahanam. So the rider can say Ashwaha mama Vahanam asti. No, Ashwaha has the quality of horse, Ashwatvam. Now Vahanam has a Vahanatvam. Now here, whether Ashwa has a Vahanatvam could be, but we are referring to a Vahanam as a separate instrument, separate thing. Anything that moves is a Vahanam. Anything, a vehicle, anything that moves is a Vahanam. So here Vahanam coming as a thing or being thought as an instrument or a means of conveyance, not actually the Vahanatvam. The whole thing is not in the Ashwaha. So the concept here is that Ashwa or the horse is being used for moving. So Ashwaha Gamanartham Vahanam. Ashwaha Mama Gamanartham Vahanam Asti. So the horse is a vehicle for my movement. So in that sense, Ashwaha and Vahanam, these are not Vishesham and Visheshanam here. Ashwa is a separate thing, Vahanam is a separate thing. So we are saying Ashwaha Mama Vahanam Asti. Kimartham Gamanartham, for the movement. Now, second example here, the right one, Chamasaha and Sadhanam. Take this relationship. The Balika Atra Chamasena Khadati. Chamasaha Sadhanam Asti. The spoon is an instrument. Chamasaha Sadhanam Asti. Kimartham Sadhanam Asti. Chamasaha Khadanartham Sadhanam Asti. So we are talking of a spoon as an object or a thing, and Sadhanam is an instrument which is thought of as a separate entity here. The chamase chamasatvam asti, sadhane sadhanatvam asti. Now chamasaha mama khadanartham sadhanam bhavati. The spoon is a means for my eating. Similar, no, so this is similar to the first one. Ashwaha, horse, is the means for moving. So chamasaha khadanartham sadhanam. So the third one is vyayamaha, which is coming as a pullinga, and sopanam coming as a napumsakalingam. So vyayamaha sopanam asti. So this is what we want to say. Vyayamaha, exercise or stretching, is sopanam, which is steps. Now, vyayamaha is pullingam. Vyayame, that the quality of all that exercise, whatever is needed to be done, everything is in that vyayama. So vyayama is stretching. Vyayame vyayamatvam asti. Now sopane sopanatvam asti. The quality of being the steps is in the steps. So sopanatvam sopane bhavati. But these are thought of as a two different entities here. So vyayamaha sopanam. Vyayama is the means or it is the step for vyayama. सोपानमस्ति किमर्थम् आरोग्यार्थं for the health. व्यायामः सोपानमस्ति आरोग्यार्थं. Vyayama is the step for or a way for arogyartham, for the purpose of health. So here, so how these are related for this purpose, for this purpose, for something else. So in this relationship, we are not making them as a visheshanam, or we are not putting them as in the same vibhakti vachana lingam as the main word here. So in the first example, the main word was ashwaha. Because ashwaha, we are saying that ashwaha mama vahanam asti. Vahanam is an napunsaka and we are saying that we are keeping them as two different entities because one is the means for the other. Now chamasaha sadhanam khadanartham. Chamasaha pullingam, sadhanam napunsakalingam, and that is also similar, that for the purpose of eating it is an instrument. And the last one, vyayama pullingam, sopanam napunsakalingam. The vyayama is a step for achieving the health. So in this case, they are not actually referring to the same object. So we are keeping them separate and using them in their respective applicable lingam in this case. So this is a little bit talk about visheshanam, when they become visheshanam and when they are not. Dhanyavadaha.